Okay.
Did I lose you there?
No, I was just getting ready so that it starts recording.
Oh, I think I gotta lower my seat a little bit here. Yeah, that's better for my computer. Oh,
I'm using an iPad.
what's that?
I'm actually using an iPad Air 2.
Hey, I wanted to tell you something before you start, or you can include this too, but just for whoever knows. But Devira Kai, or what's his name? You know who that is?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Okay. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, someone stole his lockbox.
What's that?
Someone stole his lockbox.
Oh, no, not that. I didn't know anything about that. I meant that he, we set up a time to talk, and I thought he was going to interview me for a documentary. I thought it was you, because I just got back from Greece. I just got done filming. I was like, not remembering whatever, and so he gets online and goes, "Hey, Adoni, oh my God, it's so great to see you." I said, "Oh, good to see you too." We start talking. I said, "Shouldn't you be recording this?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, sure." So he starts recording it. At least that's what he said he did. And I noticed something's odd, but I talked to him, I swear to God, for an hour and a half. And afterwards, he turns off the thing. I said, "Why'd you turn it off?" And he goes, "Oh, we're done with that part." And I said, "Okay." So we kept talking a little bit, and then he admits to me. I said, "When is this documentary going to come out, or what do you think?" And he goes, "Adoni, I'm not doing a documentary." I said, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't know where you got that." I said, "Oh my God." I gave him an hour and a half of my time. I seriously talking about. He was so excited about it. He goes, "Can I bring my friends and we could do an interview?" And I said, and I was thinking it was you, and I said, just reach out to me if you forgot something, let me know and whatever. But oh my God, that was unbelievable. I thought I was doing an interview the whole time. So anyway, all right.
It turns out it was just a friendly video chat.
Yeah, and then when I talked to you, you're like 7-minute interview with Chris. I'm like, what are you talking about 7-minute interview? I never heard of a 7-minute interview.
Yeah, it took me like when I first tried recording it, I was thinking it was going to record, and turned out it didn't record. And second time, same thing happened, but we were still on video, and I realized that it wasn't recording, and he's like, "You're killing me, Brian. You're killing me."
Yeah.
And that's why it was faster than the
Yeah.
It would be like a good 12, maybe 15 or 20-minute interview.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, go ahead. Are you recording right now?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm here with Adoni Maropis, who played Quan Chi in the hit show Mortal Kombat Conquest, and I want to be one of many fans to say thank you for doing this interview.
Well, thank you for having me, Brian. Good to be here.
Okay, the first question would be, how did you land the role of Quan Chi?
Wow. Well, that was interesting. I had an audition for it, and I had no idea that this was a video game. I didn't know anything. I never played a video game in my life. So I went in, I put on gloves, and I went into the audition, and I was just trying to think of being an evil sorcerer of some sort. And the casting people wanted me to stand up and do the audition. I said, "No, I feel like this guy would sit." And they go, "Well, they want him to stand." I says, "You know what? Let me do it sitting. If you want me to do it standing afterwards, that's fine." So I did it, and I nailed it. I said, "Need me to stand?" And they said, "No, that's fine." So when I went to producers, I wore the gloves again. The guy says, "Why are you wearing gloves?" I said, "Well, this is how I see him." And then he says, "Well, we see this guy standing." I said, "Well, I see him sitting, but if you want me to do it," he goes, "Yeah, we already saw you sitting, so why don't you stand and do it?" And I nailed it. And then I got the part, obviously. And then when I arrived on set, the director said to me, "What are we going to do with this guy? Is he sit or stand?" I said, "You know what? He sits until he stands. And when he stands, he stands. He stands." So I went into makeup.
It's quite a presence.
Yeah, and just to add, I went into makeup and it took 2 hours for them to put this white makeup on my face and my body, and I closed my eyes. When I opened my eyes, I was like, oh my God, and that's when I went. And that's what gave me my Quan Chi-ism. I had no idea who this guy was. He showed me a picture, a drawing, and I was like, what? I said, yeah, it's a video game. I said, man, I didn't even know that. So,
And as you said, you didn't know about the game, so
yeah.
Just one question that I had, which was going to be, were you a fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise before?
No, I knew nothing about it. I'll just say to you that when I did the part, when I would come home, we filmed in Florida, I would go to the arcades just to see the Mortal Kombat game, and I'd see people playing me, or playing Quan Chi, and I'd go up and I'd stand and I just kind of barely rub my elbow, just touch them while they're playing Quan Chi, and like, oh, that's great, and they never knew that I was Quan Chi. I wasn't the video game Quan Chi, but I was the TV. So I felt like Clark Kent. I felt like, Superman when he's out, on the town wearing his glasses and all that. So it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And it was Rich DeVizio that was Quan Chi for the games.
What was that again?
It was Rich DeVizio.
Yeah.
He was Quan Chi for the game Mortal Kombat
Oh, yeah.
Hero.
Yeah.
And also Mortal Kombat 4. But for the animated show Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, it was Nick Chinland.
Okay. Yeah, I heard the other name. I've never played the game. I wouldn't know how to play it, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Nick Chinland actually graduated from the same high school as my adoptive mother.
Oh, really?
Only he graduated 2 years after her.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, he was trying to be a basketball superstar, and he ended up with a shoulder injury, and that damaged his career of being an NBA superstar.
Oh, so then he got into acting and all that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
And
man.
most famous roles is as that one guy from Con Air, that Nicolas Cage
Oh,
took a
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
He would
Cool.
be with starring with Vin Diesel in the Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So he's done pretty good.
If given the opportunity, would you like to reprise the role of Quan Chi?
Oh man, that would be the greatest thing the universe, the world could offer me. Whatever. That was the most fun role I've ever played. I mean, I would wake up in the morning and I'd put on my Quan Chi voice in the morning, and I just stay there. I would just keep it in this lower octave and all day just be that. And I felt like Quan Chi had the best costume. He was the coolest. He had the slave girls that were Playboy bunnies. So I was just like kind of sit there and observe, and then I would do my thing. And it's like I love that. It was the greatest. I would love to do that again. That's why I did for Christmas. I had my niece, put makeup on me, and I did that little thing that I did for Christmas last year. So I hope to do it again this year. And I would like some help. I need a little bit of a costume, just an upper costume, to have before Christmas. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I'm sure DeVira would refer you to who did his costume.
Yeah, I have to talk to him again. I can't confuse him with you again. Last time I thought he was you, so.
Yeah. Well,
And by the way, how do you like this? How do you like this? It's the closest thing I could find to the what do you call that thing that Quan Chi wore? The
yin yang.
Yin yang, yeah, yin yang thing. So it's the closest thing I could find. So.
Well, this is what I'm wearing.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I actually got it I bought it for myself, like as a Christmas present to myself.
Oh yeah, very cool, man.
How long did it take to put on the costume?
Well, I don't remember. You know what? I don't remember putting on the costume. I just remember makeup. The makeup itself took 2 hours to get into it. So I literally closed my eyes, and they would do whatever they needed to do, and I'd open my eyes 2 hours later, and it was done. I don't remember if I was wearing the costume at the time when they did that, or I don't remember that. And I just know that it took an hour to get out of it too. So that was all part of my overtime, whatever. It was like, getting in the costume, getting out of it. It was 3 hours minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always good for my paycheck a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
for that. Yeah.
Um, what's what forms of martial arts have you studied?
I never really was a martial artist. People ask me, they say, wow, when you get angry, your ears come out. I go, no, that wasn't me. That was my stunt guy. It wasn't me doing all the kicks and all that. I was doing the acting part of it. I had an amazing, stunt guy doing the fight scenes for me. I think he was a gold medalist in the Olympics. But I'm an athlete through and through. I've won many awards in strength, fitness, quickness throughout my life. So I've dabbled in a little bit of everything, whatever it is, whatever it is, kung fu, jujitsu, but any sport like that doesn't involve freezing cold and snow and things like that, I kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
Yeah. Like, if I remember correctly, you used to play basketball when you were a kid.
I always played basketball. I thought I'd be a pro basketball player. I went to college in hopes of that. I was a little bit too short, I would say. At
Mm-hmm.
least, yeah. Anyway, but I was always a ping pong player. I was a ranked tennis player. I'm a national champion in ping pong and U.S. Open champion in ping pong now. Um, but I was an arm wrestling champion. I was a weightlifting champion. Like, it's really weird because people look at me and they think I'm a bull rider, but I do a lot of finesse sports. I was
Mm-hmm.
always good at racket sports and things like that. But yeah, basketball was probably my favorite. No, ping pong. Ping pong's. I still play ping pong, so that's the
Mm-hmm.
main sport that I play now. Yeah, yeah.
Um, do you have any props from the show?
You know what? I don't know if I have any. I don't think I do. I do. I have one. Let me hold on a second. I don't have a prop, but I was sorry about that. I was painting yesterday, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to take this down. One of my
Yeah.
favorite pictures of all time, right there.
Yep. You with Dana, Jamie, and
Renee, Renee Tennyson. Yeah,
yep. Quan Chi with his assassins.
yeah, my assassins. I didn't know they were. I didn't know they were Playboy bunnies either. I had no idea. I discovered that as we were filming, and I remember I came home and I told my housemate at the time, and he was
Mm-hmm.
like, Jamie Presley, and he went and he had this stack of Playboy magazines, and he just reached in and he goes, she was the cover on this, and he goes, Renee Tennyson. He found her. It was like hilarious, but I had no
Yeah.
idea. I didn't know about the video game. I didn't know about the Playboy bunnies. I didn't know anything like that. So
And of course, Dana is an Olympic taekwondo. Like,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
She's worked with Mortal Kombat before with Mortal Kombat Annihilation, in which she was Melina, and she was also, I believe, Talisa Soto and Bridget Wilson's stunt double for the original Mortal Kombat movie from 1995.
yeah. She always did her own stunts.
Yeah, and she would later on do like Nicole Kidman's stunt
Yeah,
in
definitely.
Batman Forever.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Perfect for
Um,
Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
yeah, and speaking about the show, do you have any show notes or scripts?
You know what? I do somewhere. Man, I'd have to look for it though. But I definitely have those. I think I looked through not too long ago and I found some Quan Chi, stuff there.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd ever show anybody. people don't realize what an actor goes through when they create a character. They go into the depths themselves and other places, and people don't realize. They watch it on the screen and they get what they feel from it. But I may be in a completely different place, and it might shock people. Like, wow, is that what he was thinking? That's what he was feeling when he came up with his character, So
Yeah, you have to develop that type of mindset,
yeah,
and it's all based on perception, like how you perceive how the character would act
yeah,
and react to a certain situation.
yeah. And it doesn't matter what I perceive, what I feel. It's what you're getting from watching this on a TV show. You have no idea what's going on in me, but you feel, as long as I'm making you feel, and that's the point, is letting go, letting it rip, and you getting emotional from watching it in some way, excited, or however, whatever's happening.
Hmm. And speaking about acting and stuff like that, I actually have a couple of movies that you're in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
which
I actually have Troy on Blu-ray,
oh, okay,
and I also have The Scorpion King.
yes, the Scorpion King, yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
and my fiance said that one of her all-time favorite movies is the movie Hidalgo.
Ah, yeah. I just put, I painted my room today and I had to take down, I have the original poster. It's this huge poster. And I put it in the living room. I'm thinking, people are going to come over and they get, but I had to move it. But I love that poster. I love that movie. Yeah, that was my biggest movie that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
the other ones were like bit parts.
yeah, well, Scorpion King was a pretty decent role. Troy was they forgot to cast this part, and they just called my agent and said, is Adoni free for a couple weeks, and so because they needed someone to ride bareback on a horse, and since Hidalgo I rode for like 10 months, so I just went in there, and it's incredible. They give you this big house with 3 jacuzzis and 3
Living like a
bedrooms,
king.
and it's like, I only need this one section. And all I did was ride up and say, "My king, Achilles is not with the army. I sent the boy to look for him." That was it. That's all I said. I was done. They just forgot to cast that role. But anyway,
Uh, um, do you stay in contact with the with your co-stars from the show?
you know what? I used to stay in contact with Daniel Bernhardt, and I just saw him on Barry the other day. He was on the TV show Barry. He did a great job. He was this Taekwondo champion. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even recognize him in person. But I did for a while. Man, it's been 20 years though. You know that? It's been 20 years.
Yeah, since cancellation.
What's that?
Since the show was canceled.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame. I mean, that show was so fun. It had really good ratings, and I just remember they blamed the Columbine shootings on Mortal Kombat. And that's why they turned it down. That's what I remember. But no, I haven't. Wait, I know there are a few people. Every once in a while, you come across or you see someone and send a message on Facebook or
Kristen
something.
Logan or
Oh yeah, Stana. Yeah, I met someone who's her best friend, so we talked about her. But I haven't spoken to Kristana in a while. She's just a great human being. I love Kristana.
yeah. And one time I actually was going through Chatham with my adopted mother,
Yeah,
and and I drove through the town of Ghent, which is where Kristana Logan, which is where Kristana was born,
yeah,
and we drove right by her home, her old childhood home,
yeah,
like that orchard that she grew up on.
yeah, yeah.
Just drove right by. And I was like, oh my God, too bad I don't have my camera. I would have taken a picture and shown it to Kristana and say,
Yeah.
I ran past your childhood home. And
Yeah.
she got married there too.
Oh, really? Wow. She
Mm-hmm.
was 18 years old when we did Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's got to be what, 38, something like that, 39. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she was like the most mature 18-year-old, the kindest, sweetest.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just great. Great working with her. Everybody though, everybody was great to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, did you ever feel uncomfortable with the knives next to your face while doing certain scenes?
That's funny. I, they weren't knives. They were just plastic sticking out.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys knew that. It's good that you couldn't tell if you thought they were real knives, but no, they were just plastic things sticking out. So, I guess they did a good job with whatever they did with it. But yeah, so no, I never worried about the knives. Uh, I love the knives. Love
Mm.
them. I want to wear them right now, man. I need knives hanging from. I want to do an interview with those knives.
Yeah. Well, some people call them knives. Some people call them spikes.
Oh yeah,
Tomato,
yeah,
tomato, potato, potato,
that's right.
tater, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and how does it feel to be the best Quan Chi to bless the TV screen?
Well, you said that you say that to me, and I think I'm the only one who has blessed the TV screen. Am I not? Has there been another Quan Chi?
There was also Michael Rogers, who was Quan Chi in the web series Mortal Kombat Legacy, in which he was
Oh,
only in one episode.
okay. Well, listen, I am one of the greatest things for me in my life has been playing Quan Chi, and I mean that. And any opportunity to play Quan Chi in any way, shape, or form, I would be ecstatic to do. Um, it just gave me so much joy to get up in the morning and be Quan Chi throughout the day. And for anybody, I get fans writing to me and saying, "You were the best." You were the best. Wonderful. I appreciate that. But
Yeah,
it was just so fun to do. And that's why I got into acting, because acting is, when you're playing a character like that, it's like, oh man, it's such a great joy. And I you're given a lot of freedom in a sense with Quan
hmm
Chi. I can cut loose a little bit. They tried to tame me the second episode, and that didn't work. They realized, no, let Adoni do his thing. So they tried to make me a talking head, and then I had to do ADR voiceover on that episode, because they said, you know what? Which episode do you like the best, the first one or the second one? I said, oh my God, there's no comparison. The first episode. And the producer says, I agree with you. Can we make the second episode like the first episode? I said, all I can do is bring my voice and, you know, raise the emotion or whatever and see what happens. And he goes, yeah, please, let's do it. And so that's what happened there. But anyway, hopefully
yeah.
no one noticed. What's that?
I heard that you actually were like kind of like an extra, like without the makeup and stuff like that, in an episode. Like,
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, no, I don't recall that. What it was? When? Who said that and where? What episode was?
they didn't specify. Like a friend of mine said that, and I said which episode, and they couldn't recall which episode.
You know what I'm thinking is, I'm
It
thinking
could
maybe
have been Holy Alliance. I mean,
I think they're talking about maybe that second episode where I walk by as a monk. I
yeah,
think at some point, and then
yeah,
because I'm just part of the sort of the crowd of monks or something. I don't remember. I haven't seen that episode in years. So, but I think that's what he's talking about. But I'm
yeah,
just shows me sort of in the background in that sense, and then I come in. I think that might be what he's talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like Quan Chi in disguise, kind of like
yeah,
um what Chris did with the first episode of like War You're Eternal, I think it was called, like the first episode of the show,
yeah,
which he transformed into Scorpion, and he's um like I need two able bodies to help me find Kung Lao, and then you see him reveal his face as Scorpion, and he's like, so that
yeah,
I may kill him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. So. Yeah, I think it was something along those lines. Where I was probably a
Yeah,
monk in the background. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
and I remember it did this is like a little off record, but did Daniel Bernhardt have to like learn your mannerisms like for when he was like Quan Chi disguised as Zero.
Yeah, I remember he did his when he turns into Quan Chi. He goes, uh, he did that sort of thing, and I remember laughing at that, seeing that, because he was always trying to pick up. He says, "Adoni, how do you do that thing when you go, whatever?" So he's like, it was like it was really cool, man. Me and Daniel really, had some fun. He's a great guy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I missed that part. I would love to do it. I'm even thinking of possibility of doing like some Comic Cons or something like that. People say you should do that. I'm like, maybe I should. I don't know, but I hear that
Yeah.
I know there are other people playing, or being Quan Chi at these places too. So I'd have to compete with them, right? Probably have to have some sort of fight or something like that, like a
Yeah.
UFC fight, Quan Chi's.
Yeah. Mirror match, as they call it in Mortal Kombat.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
And well, every April there's like a Comic Con near me in Albany, New York.
Oh yeah,
Empire State Comic Con.
yeah, yeah.
Like they have Twitter, like ES Comic Con, or whatever it is.
Well, so do you go to that? Do you go to
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Are there Mortal Kombat characters there at all, or?
I'm the only like this past April. I actually was the only like one of the only people to cosplay as a Mortal Kombat character.
Who
The
did you go?
I went as Scorpion.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because that's the only costume that I was actually able to manage to put together.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. I mean, I'd love to do that sometime. I, I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. I went to Comic Con once when I was on 24. When I was on
Mhm.
24, they invited me, and that was great. It was a lot of fun. But I'd love to go as Quan Chi. That would be amazing.
Yeah, like they'll have like a little banner behind you saying like notifying like what you were famous for. Like say it would say Mortal Kombat Conquest, Troy Hidalgo.
Yeah. I think I would need some help with all that because I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it'd be great.
Well, you what you would do would be, like have like pictures and stuff like that of like whatever like screenshots of you in the character as a
Yeah, yeah,
character and like that,
yeah. I figure it. Just all those things have never
and then
been.
autograph and post for pictures with the fans and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know anything about. I don't know what they charge for that. I don't know. Like,
I think you choose what like
yeah,
for like, and I think they would like have you like it's a 3 day event, so they'll probably have you like find a hotel room and stuff like that.
that would be great. The thing about Quan Chi though, Quan Chi needs to have at least one slave with him. He's got to
Yeah,
have one slave,
yeah,
preferably three, but it'd be great to have at least one. So you got
yeah,
to, find a slave too. Who's,
yeah.
you know.
I don't know what Jamie or Dana's doing. I haven't talked to Dana in a while, and she actually agreed to do an interview.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Tell her I said hello.
I,
Another
I
great
will.
person. Dana was the great, just a great person, great slave, everything.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
like your second hand, like your
Yeah.
right hand.
Well, Jamie was my number one slave. Like she was yeah, kind of that sort of thing. And then you had Renee. It's funny because Renee Tennyson, when I
Hmm.
was a kid, I remember being a young kid and looking in Playboy magazine and seeing this beautiful black woman in this mountain. I was like, oh my God. And then I discovered later that it was Renee Tennyson, my slave. Oh my God. I was like, what is going on here, man?
Yeah, like it's a dream come true.
Oh my God, it was. Like we'd play basketball, we're covering each other, and
Mhm.
and I was like, man, that whole time that was Renee Tennyson. Jeez. So anyway, yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
it's a
fascinating.
bit like the NetherRealm's version of Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, exactly. And there you go. That's a great character choice too to go with.
Hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. That would be. See, you got another series coming up. You
Yeah,
got, yeah. So cool. What do you do? What do you do, Brian?
I also I do. I dabble in photography and
Yeah.
I make videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have my own YouTube channel.
I mean, is that how you make a living?
I actually, well, I'll have to edit this out, but I actually get money from SSI disability.
Oh, okay. What is it? What do you have? What do you have?
I have ADHD, Asperger's,
Oh, okay.
a strain of autism.
Okay. Well, you gave a pretty good interview for having all that. You did great. And I noticed you're like, are you getting married or something? I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man. That's
Thanks.
great.
I actually proposed to her on the 28th of August this year.
Oh man, that's great. When are you
Yeah,
getting married?
we're thinking June 11th of 2025.
25. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long way off there, yeah?
Well, we're trying to find a way to get the money and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But she's on disability as well,
Yeah.
and I'm actually thinking about getting this documentary done and stuff like that, and hopefully have it released and distributed by the 30th anniversary of the franchise, which is October 8th, 2022.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
I actually came up with an interesting idea for like the interviews and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
have them like as a special feature, and like the menu for it will be like a select your like choose your fighter, and it'll be like pictures of like
Yeah, I guess you.
you,
Yeah.
and the viewer will like on the with their remote choose who they want to watch the interview for,
Yeah.
and it'll play like a little intro like a like from the old original Mortal Kombat game. It'll be like Battle 1 kind
Uh,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
player version, like when you play 2 player,
Very cool.
and it'll be like a picture of me, and then a picture of versus like a picture of who I'm interviewing.
Yeah.
And underneath it, instead of it saying combat zone, like palace gates or whatever, it'll say next combatant, and then the actor or actress's name.
Yeah.
So it'll be something interesting.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's a good idea. Very
Yeah.
creative. I love that.
I actually thought of the menu idea just a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
like before the interview.
I wanted to tell you something. I probably should have told you this before. When you interview, like me,
Mhm.
did you notice what I did? Because I was up here. I was way up here. And
Mhm.
it's like the camera's coming at me like this. So I said, you know what? I got to lower my seat. So I become more with, like this. And you
Mhm.
need to set it up more like that too, as opposed
Well, I
to.
was sitting on a TV tray like stand.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, find a way. You're a creative guy, right? You can just get a book, put a book underneath it, or whatever you need to do, as opposed to just having your head. It was kind of like this. Make it more
Like,
right here.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all. I'm just telling you. Just next
thanks.
time.
Well, thanks for the advice.
Yeah. Just saying,
I'm
improve.
actually like right up above me is a stand that has like pictures of my family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want the viewers to see that, and like you never know who's going to be watching, and if they could be
Yeah.
a complete sicko and go after my family, and I don't want that
Yeah.
to happen.
No. But then find a way where you like either sit lower,
Hmm.
like sit down on the ground lower with something, and then have the camera look at you more. However, instead of going up like that, or however you have the camera. I'm just saying, it's like get more of you straight on. It's more of a relaxed and comfortable way to do it. That's all. I'm just telling you.
Well, I don't want to do the interviews in my room because
Yeah.
that'd be like shaking all over the place because I don't have a TV
Yeah.
stand, green screen, or anything like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just
Yeah,
something you think
friendly
of.
advice.
Yeah, but other than that, man, it was fun. It's great.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, this interview actually did last longer than 7 minutes.
yeah, it's going on 40 some minutes right now, right? 42,
No,
40.
almost 35 minutes.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought we started
it's
at 12
right
something.
now.
Oh,
I've been recording for like almost like 35 minutes.
yeah, of course. I knew it was going to last that. I mean, when I saw your questions, I was like, oh my God, this is easily, half hour.
Yeah,
So anyway, I hope you got what you wanted, and
I did.
look forward. Let me know when it comes out, and stay in touch. And
Yeah, I'll let you know when it's finished, and if you want, I can actually like when I have the copies all set up, like physical copies and stuff like that, I could mail you a physical copy, or just send you the link to the YouTube video.
I want to ask you one question. I just did a little short film, and we're trying to raise money for it. Okay.
Mhm.
And one of the things we plan on doing is having me be Quan Chi. Now, I don't think I'll have the uniform, so we have to cover up and just do my face, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
And do
Like you
this,
did in this video.
yeah, well, yeah, kind of, yeah, exactly. And just have like what the producers are thinking of, like charging $50 for people to have this group thing where they just ask questions and I talk to them and I just play around being Quan Chi, like that sort of thing, and having two slaves next to me. What do you think of that? You think there are enough fans out there that anybody who have an interest in spending $50 for an hour of interviewing like that?
There's actually millions and millions and millions of Mortal Kombat fans, so I'm pretty sure that they would go for it.
Well, when we do that, do you think you can help me? Like, I
Advertise
don't.
it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because I don't know where the fans are. I don't know even how to reach out to them. You're connected with the Mortal Kombat,
Mhm.
people and all that. So if you
Yeah,
can help with that,
I would be more than happy to help you out with
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'll reach out, and
Yeah.
because
Give me some free advice, I'll give you some free advertising.
all right. Very good. Very good. Okay, Brian. Well, good talking to you. And
Likewise. And I'll stop the recording right